How to enforce information security during systems development. It's not at the beginning, it's not at the end, it's not in testing, it's at every stage. You don't want to add in security as an afterthought. It's expensive, not as effective. You have it at the beginning. You have a secure project. You review it. When you're doing systems development, you're designing the functional requirements. You're designing the system-specific requirements. You're going to have security there. You're going to build in tests. You're going to decide how to test security. You're writing code. You're implementing. You're putting together the final pieces. You're going to be testing. Unit testing there. It goes out to Q&A. They test. You roll it out in a secure manner. You implement it secure. As it's there in its life, you're going to maintain secure updates to it. You're going to make sure it still meets certification and accreditation. It's still safe to operate in your environment. At the end of its life, you're going to remove the system. Either migrate stuff over to something new or securely dispose of the old system. Retain documentation in case you need it. So let's take a look. Initiation, conduct preliminary risk assessment. Is this even a good idea? Identify required security controls, define an acceptable level of risk. Yes, we're willing to have this so long as it doesn't allow bad guys to come in and run wild on our systems. At the development stage, conduct a formal risk assessment. You're going to get more and more detail at each stage. At the implementation stage, you're going to actually implement the security controls that you put in there in the development stage. At the functional development, at the system or specific development stages, you're going to get even finer ones. During development implementation, test that the system meets the security specifications. Security controls are working, and security controls have to be protected. They cannot be bypassed. At maintenance, implement configuration management and control. You're going to get changes. Monitor the systems, and if the changes affect certification or accreditation, put it back through that process. Make sure it's safe to operate. At the end of its life, retain documentation and safely dispose of the hardware or software. Goes in the trash after the hard drives are removed, gets shredded, gets destroyed, or it gets migrated over to a new system, but the old system properly disposed of. The data should not be left on it for someone else to get a hold of.